Informed just that the clubs had reached agreement and talks are ongoing with that. But I've also reiterated to the club today that I intend to be here for the last 2 games.
Derek McInnes could have taken a bite out of his last Kelly pie as it looks like he's set to trade Ayrshire for the capital. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. There's a deal agreed. Name your Kelly pies. It's going to be Greg's pies because Derek McInnes, he's in Edinburgh and it looks like he's set to become the brand new Heart of Midlothian manager.
And obviously we could just repeat the same old stuff that we've done the past week regarding this move, but I want to take you back, right, to when Neil Critchley was appointed. Why didn't Hearts just whip out the money then for Derek McInnes? Because I can guarantee if they did that, they'd be sitting in a European spot right now.
Well, it's interesting you say that because the Jamestown Analytics said that Derek McInnes was the man back then. He was the #1 target according to the analytics, and they decided to go with Critchley. I'm assuming because McInnes was in a job and Critchley was not, and it was cheap, and it was, not free, but it was a much cheaper option. And the second time around, the analytics have said that Derek McInnes is once again the man, and that he should be the guy appointed. So this time the board have decided, you know what, we're going to go with McInnes. And I mean, it could just be maybe after this season, they're right, you know what, we can't afford to have another shocker. We need to get back to getting forward. We're going to have a season without Europe. We're going to lose it money there. And sometimes it takes something bad to happen for you to wake up and smell the coffee. Maybe the board have done that. Now, there's also that investment coming in for Tony Bloom.
Tony.
Got to wonder, will any of that investment be paid towards Kelly? Will that be used towards this deal for Hearts getting Derek McInnes? And speaking of the deal, we don't actually have a figure as of right now, how much it would be, the compensation deal. I believe Derek McInnes has, 2 years left on his contract?
Yeah, I believe it is 2 years. So, I mean, he's got 2 final games, apparently. He's going to see the season out, most importantly. But you're right, I think it's end of, 2026-7 season. Which, again, when did he must have recently signed an extension on that, I'm going to reckon, in the not so distant past. But in terms of Derek McInnes, right, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think he will do better at Hearts than he did at Aberdeen. And you may be thinking, that's a big, mighty claim to make, right? Now, the guy never finished lower than 4th at Aberdeen, but he only won 1 trophy in the League Cup. See if Derek McInnes spends 5 seasons at Hearts, I think he'll win more cups than he did at Aberdeen. Would you take that right now? Would you take 2 cups in the next 5 years? Or is that pish? Do you want the unknown? 5 in a row?
Well, considering we haven't won a cup since 2012, and I don't think winning the league's an option, I probably would take that. Not to be negative, but I would like...
Even though you could theoretically win 10?
I would like to know what makes you believe that that's going to be the case, because when he won the one...
You're going to diminish your new manager?
No, but I mean, he did win a cup in his first season and failed not to win any more after. It was a disappointing return. I get what you're saying. The likelihood is he won't have a similar output when it comes to trophies because he should have done better at Aberdeen. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, for a period of time, for a good few seasons, probably like 4 seasons that he was there at Aberdeen, they were the second best team in the league. Are Hearts going to be the second best team for 4 of the next 5 seasons under Derek McInnes? I don't know. I mean, you could make a case they might not even be the 3rd best team. I'd say there's more competition over the next 5 years for Derek McInnes to win trophies with Hearts as there would have been in his first 5 years as Aberdeen manager.
Absolutely, but that's not my point. I'm not saying that he's going to make...
Plus, I would also say that he was up against Ronnie Dyla as well in that period of time. So I think the gap for me between Celtic and Hearts right now is a lot bigger than the gap was between Celtic and Aberdeen back in 2015, 2014. So I'm not convinced why you think he's going to do a much better job.
Because I think all he's got to do is win 2 trophies.
Which, based on you, the fact you're agreeing with me, you think it's going to be more difficult for him to do that?
Yeah, but I think he's going to do better. I think he massively under-delivered at Aberdeen. trophy-wise. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, he had 8 years at the club and won 1 trophy.
So
That's not good enough.
You're agreeing it's going to be more difficult for him to win more than 1 trophy, but you think he's just going to overperform? You think he's going to do better?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Right, fair enough.
Because I think he'll treat this Hearts as like a last chance saloon at the big time. Like we said yesterday, he's not going to go from Kelly to Real Madrid. Is he going to go from Hearts to Real Madrid? Probably
I don't know.
not.
If he was playing the Aberdeen career mode, he just fucking went to Kelly to Real Madrid.
No need to go.
I doesn't get it.
I do get it. Because they were fucking brilliant. They played like Real Madrid. My point is, you wouldn't need to go because they were that good. You are like Real Madrid. So you didn't fucking get what I meant.
Well, hold on. You've been a bit on the ropes lately.
Slower than a snail's funeral, man.
For sale.
I've been on the ropes. All right, Mr. Food Poison. Everyone like, where's Jambo Bears? He roped it. His stomach roped it.
Tell you what, see, we'd have lost to Ross County and Motherwell. I might have roped it. Anyway, the Hearts have thrown McInnes the rope. He's grabbed it and he's pulling himself into Edinburgh. So we just have to wait and see.
Long pull.
Well, you just have to wait and see whether or not the deal's agreed. I can't see how it won't be at this stage. I really can't. We already spoke about this in the video the other day. I just cannot see Hearts giving him such a low ball offer that he's like, nah, I'm going to stay at Kelly.
Say Derek McInnes stays, right, until 2033, which is 8 years, right? Do you not think he'd win more than 1 cup?
Yes, I'd like to think he would.
So
or else I would consider it a failure. Just because Hearts haven't won trophies recently doesn't mean that he only needs to win 1 to do good. I mean, just because you feel a little bit less than the previous era, you can still have a feel. Hearts should be winning a cup, I think, every few seasons.
Yeah.
I think Hearts should... See if Hearts haven't won a cup every... Let's say, I think 4 seasons at the most. Now, people might think that's being too optimistic.
I don't think it is.
I would like to think out of 8 cups, Hearts should be winning 1 of them.
Yeah, I'd agree, aye.
I think once it goes a bit more than 4, then
I think there's a misconception around the cups. It's almost like people think, oh, if you're Hibs, Aberdeen or Hearts, you need to beat Rangers and Celtic both on the road to onto a cup. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? There's years Rangers went out against Queen's Park. Celtic went out against Kelly in the League Cup last season. It can happen. You know, you don't have to beat both of them. Yeah, there's sometimes you might, or sometimes they might face each other and you only got to beat them once. Realistically, Aberdeen are playing Celtic here, right, in a couple of weeks.
Who was the last
Look how dead it feels. Everyone pretty much has just accepted Celtic have got a treble. And it's pathetic mindset. Aberdeen should be like, you know what, fuck that. We're going to go. It's having that mindset is stopping clubs actually winning these.
But you know what? I think that's partly down to Aberdeen. Well, you're hating on Aberdeen. I'm pretty sure I read a statistic that, is it from December? From the beginning of December, Aberdeen, if the league started then, would be relegated. They have
how many times?
They have the lowest points accumulated since the beginning of December.
How many spells over the past couple of seasons have Aberdeen had a period like that where they were bottom of the league? Easy. Couldn't win a game. Couldn't buy a win.
I just think that, honestly, I think I'd give any team other than Ross County at this moment in time a better chance. I think I'd give any team a better chance of beating Celtic than Aberdeen.
So Aberdeen are ranked rotten then?
I mean, if it was an Old Firm final, obviously it could go either way. I think if it was a Hibs-Celtic final, yeah, Celtic would be big favourites, but I think you would give Hibs a chance. I'd give St Mirren a half shout if it was them.
Would you give Basbo a shout?
I just said Rangers could go either way, aye.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, but I'm just not really looking forward to that, Scott. Anyway, look, enough about cups. I'll talk about cups when Derek McInnes starts winning them, which is hopefully next season. But the clubs have spoke, they have agreed.
Premier Sports group stage, your wee club's in that?
Yep, excited to get 4 games in that. Can't wait to cover it, can't wait to talk about it. So, obviously...
What's that win percentage?
Obviously, the amount that Kilmarnock requires being paid, we just don't know what it is yet. And now Hearts need to offer Derek McInnes a deal that he's going to agree to. So all in all, you know, I mean, Hearts could be... You factor in McInnes' wages if they get him over, you know, a certain period of time. And then the compensation. I mean, this is a deal that I expect to be way over £1 million.
I'd say so, yeah. Especially with the deal left on his contract. So, is it going to be worth it? We'll have to wait and see. But the problem is, right, it literally could have paid itself if you done it around Critchley. when you brought him in, because the European football would have paid for it. I am convinced Hearts would have got top 5 with Derek McInnes if they sacked.
And I am convinced with Derek McInnes, Hearts get into the last...
the final?
What?
Cup? No.
No, Europe, you dick.
Oh, I forgot.
He doesn't lose to that fucking shite team.
No, that fucking...
We've seen Kilmarnock get results in Europe under McInnes.
Critchley shouldn't have been allowed to leave Tynecastle that night.
So I'm convinced... well, he should have, the way Jim Goodwin left Aberdeen, you know.
Duffel bag.
Walk across the pitch. Anyway,
Give me a duffel bag worth of pies.
I need to try a Kelly pie.
Must be some good shit.
How good can they be? Like,
Come on, the Kelly.
I'm never as good as bonbons.
Might be.
Christie's.
Whatever, you fucking name it.
Anyway, guys, Scottish pies are good. Irish pies are pish. That's the story here. And that's pretty much it. I mean, even if the deal is announced,
closed in, though.
Even if the deal is announced, Derek McInnes has said he will be there, or at least he wants to be there for the final 2 games. And I think that's possible. I mean, if a deal is announced, it doesn't mean that he's just automatically becomes the manager. They'll probably have the deal kick in at a certain date, and I imagine that date will probably be maybe next Monday. Yeah. After the end of the season.
That would be maybe, yeah. I'd probably agree.
Why? What were you going to say?
I was going to say like 1st of June. That's kind of the cut off. Contracts run out on like the 30th of May, and then the 1st of June's when it's like the season resets.
I mean, it could be that, but either way, I think this deal's going to happen. The only thing I think will set it back will be that if there's something that Derek McInnes doesn't like in the future Hearts setup, if it's something with the analytics or maybe he feels like he is being less in a manager role and more in a head coach role. That's maybe something that could put him off. But
he's taking it, don't worry.
Yeah, I think he's taking it.
There's not a fucking chance he doesn't take this job. Why would he not? See the fact Hearts don't have any European football with Derek McInnes, they should be looking to. Do you not expect Hearts next season by the time we get to October, November to be up with Rangers and Celtic?
Fucking hope so.
No, not even a joke though, because we see how much European football holds teams back early on. Before it, club like Hearts, we've seen how it helped Aberdeen this season. Didn't really help Hibs, like they're pish, but they're alright now. But yeah, Big Derek's taking the job, man. If he doesn't, I'll be flabbergasted. Still 20-1 to take the Rangers job. Think Rangers could come in and get him last minute? Who do you want? Who would you rather for Hearts, Ancelotti or McInnes?
McInnes.
That's the problem Rangers have got then. Till next time. Peace.